He spotted Flip ahead of him, wrapped tight in the net, and tried to reach out. The ropes held firm. He started to fuss, and the bindings chewed at his wrists, a waste of blood. Lilac couldn't stall any longer. A solitary candle lit the patch of wood floor where Flip's net slumped against a wall. Marco struggled beside him. Lilac slipped into the light on tender steps, the floorboards rough on her bare feet. These days, a priestess of the old covenants was more likely to be a homeless beggar than sustenance for any long-gone, bloodthirsty god. Some were even thieves, smugglers, and black market merchants like these two men.
"Vince, that you?"
Marco asked.
"Why you dressed like them robes?"
A featureless black robe covered Lilac's naked body, so shapeless and flowing that it made her figure hard to see, especially in the dim shack. She turned her head in slow inches toward Marco. The soft candlelight outlined her harsh nose, curls of auburn hair, and skin too olive for Vince's pallor.
"A priestess."
Marco strained at his bindings again.
"Where's Vince? Did you kill him?"
Lilac froze mid-step. They cared about each other. Honor among thieves. Her idea that one of the men should hear her reasons had been naive. She should have finished this before they woke up, before she heard them care. Best to end it before they showed themselves as any more human. She breathed in the shack's sea stink and thought of the beach, and a sickness in the waves, and the reason she had to hurt these people today. "In the beginning, men were prey," she said, and her voice came stronger than she'd expected. She was no stranger to the holy verses of Aig, and maybe her throat knew scripture enough to ignore her quaking muscles and jittery nerves. Was she really going through with this?
"Can't you hear me?"
Marco asked. "We scurried over small islands," Lilac went on. "Simple beasts without voice or thought, food for the glories of the seas, and those hungry seas surrounded us." She sidled toward Flip, his derby lying a few feet away. But then came the blessing. The heavens opened, and the dawn gods descended on the world to save us. Marco kicked at the floor, and a growl tinged his voice.
"You need to answer up, lady. Vince, Barton, where's he at?"
Lilac knelt over Flip's net, no stirring, and stroked her fingertips across the corded rope. The dawn gods pushed back the seas with their heavenly might. The many islands of the archipelago joined in the united holy land of Aig, and so did the many peoples become one.
"Will you stop reciting the fucking scripture and answer me?"
Marco kicked again. Lilac's fingers wove through the netting and into Flip's hair. He looked at peace as she yanked his head from the floor. Sticky blood matted his neck. Not content to merely preserve us in those dawn days, the dawn gods taught us to better ourselves, and so came the gifts, one from each of the seven. They taught us to build fire and grow food. They taught us to speak, heal, construct, create. Lilac's eyes at last slid toward Marco. They taught us law. Marco shouted now.
"Let him go! Vince is expecting us! Don't you understand?"
"But we can't all learn law." Time was up. Either Lilac went through with it, or she surrendered to the end of everything. She shook her right arm, and a silvery dagger slid down her sleeve into her palm. Its blade curved into a sharp teardrop.
"Gods,"
Marco whispered.
"Wait 1 minute."
Listening to him would be easy. Lilac could drop the sacrificial dagger, untie these men, and walk away. She could catch a bus to the coast and watch the frothing tide.